Hello, this is Up to Snuff, and today we have something very different from all the other videos. Today I'm going to be going over some of the not so good, I'm not necessarily saying the worst, but not great shows of the season, Spring 2023. Now, there are going to be some that I'm clearly skipping. I'm not going to be talking about something like Oshinoko when that's not even done yet. But for shows that aren't the greatest, you can obviously tell that they're not building up to anything that special, so I thought I might as well go over them now to get them over with. Let's talk about Ranking of Kings Season 2. Now, I know, you're going to be like, what? You're saying this is bad? Do you know what Ranking of Kings is? Of course I do. I watched the first season, and I know it's good. This just didn't live up to the expectations of the first season, but for good reason. It's like a collection of stories. Maybe you could call it an anthology, but not really. Nothing really connects. It just provides good backstory and expands on the undeveloped narratives in Season 1. Now, to call this really like Season 2, that's not really what it should be even called. It's called Ranking of Kings, The Treasure Chest of Courage. Now, the ratings have lowered for it over the past few episodes. We're about halfway done. Actually, no, we're more than halfway done. This is only 10 episodes, apart from the original Season 1, which was 23 episodes. It's just a collection of singular stories, which normally are only the length of either one episode or just a half of an episode. So that's why it goes on here, but I don't even necessarily think it's all that bad. It's probably going to be one of the best shows that I go over in the video. It does something very similar to what Horimiya is doing in the following season, Horimiya Peace. It's not going to be like a second season. It's just, as it says, adapting popular side stories left out from the previous adaptation. Anyway, time to go to the next thing, because that took way too long. In Another World with My Smartphone, Season 2, I couldn't make a singular video for this one. It just sucks. And I don't mean to be rude if you do by chance like it, but I did watch Season 1, and it's hard to watch. The show attempts to compensate for its lack of plot, adding more brides to the mix in the show. And if you don't know what I mean, you could probably read it in the plot or summary of it. He has like 7 brides. I could be wrong. I think there's a little more. But yeah, it's like in each new episode, oh, we're lacking plot. Just throw another bride into the mix. What are they? 7? Just make them look a little older. Maybe like 10. All right, we're good. Right? This gets past screening, right? So that is another show that I couldn't make a single video on. You don't even see most of the so-called brides half the time. It's really a train wreck to watch. But let's continue to Summon to Another World for a second time. That's another one I'd have a good amount to say, but it's just hard to watch this show sometimes. It's about a guy being summoned to another world for the second time, as the title states. I mean, you get half the plot in that. All the show covers are the effects of the deeds he's done 5 years prior to being there. He really doesn't do much. Not much even happens. It's a show that the storyline and presentation is all over the place. It really has no problem shifting from one story to another. With multiple small stories embedded in the show, there feels like less of a plot and more of an explanation of the world around the characters, which is really stupid. The fact that there's only one main character in the show, because all the other girls are just, they're like orbiters. They just try to compensate when it comes to choosing one main girl to focus on. It feels like you could just copy and paste a show like this, and no one could be the wiser. All right, this other one, infinitely worse than most others. My One Hit Kill Sister. I don't think that title needs any explanation for how bad it is. It is basically just the girl can't stop loving the guy, and they're siblings. And you know what? I really thought that the ending theme wasn't that bad, but everything sucks. The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure, another one that just can't stop being not great. They just make the main kid, who is like 10 years old, OP. I guess if you want a few more shows that really cannot hit it well with a good plot, you might want to try My Home Hero. It's My Home Hero. Really weakling is all I can say about the main guy. In the first episode, he murders in the weakest way possible, which is so sad and disheartening. I was hoping for a lot more in a thriller like that one. Also, Rokudo's Bad Girls. If you just read the premise, you'll understand how bad that is. And anyways, that's it. I'm not even going to do a final rating for this because it doesn't really deserve it. And that is all. See you next time for the actual good ones.